এটা আগে না সরালে আমি কিচ্ছু করতে যাচ্ছি না গো। নিচেই রাখতে হবে।
Hello everyone and welcome back to our safari series from the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. Today we are excited to share the highlights of our third safari in Ranthambore Zone 2. Let me tell you, we were in for a surprise. Until the very last moment, we didn't expect that the most memorable part of the day wouldn't be the wildlife sightings, but rather the incredible experience nature had in store for us this evening. Our adventure for the afternoon began right on schedule. I was picked up promptly and we made our way to the Tiger Moon Resort where our fellow safari passengers were waiting. With everyone on board and ready, we set off towards the Sherpur gate, brimming with anticipation for what the day might bring. While I'll be saving the details of our morning safari for a future video, today's focus is on the remarkable experience of our afternoon safari. Stay tuned as we delve into the captivating scenes and thrilling jungle experience that awaited us. It's going to be an unforgettable ride, so let's get started. Welcome back to the channel. This is Bijoy with you and you're watching Abey Odysseys. As we set off from the Sherpur gate, the journey through the Ranthambore National Park began with a sense of excitement and anticipation. The road leading us through the park is picturesque drive, flanked by lush greenery and the occasional glimpse of wildlife. As we venture through the park, we encounter a fascinating historical landmark, the remains of an ancient fort entrance that leads us to the majestic Ranthambore Fort. This old gateway, now partially reclaimed by nature, stands as a testament to the fort's storied past. Its weathered stone archways and intricate carvings offer a glimpse into the grandeur that once characterized this formidable stronghold. The entrance is framed by dense forest with vines and trees intertwining with the stone, creating a striking contrast between nature and history. Ranthambore Fort, perched on a hilltop, was originally built in the 10th century and has witnessed centuries of history unfold. The old remains serve as a silent witness to the fort's past, adding a layer of historical depth to our safari experience. They provide a unique backdrop to our journey, connecting us to the rich heritage of Ranthambore as we explore the natural beauty and wildlife of the park. While we were waiting at the Zone 2 entrance and our driver was handling the entry formalities, we witnessed a concerning sight. A plastic carry bag, carelessly discarded by someone passing through, lay abandoned by the roadside. This area isn't just frequented by tourists and safari goers, it also sees many local travelers heading to the Ganesh Mandir near the Zone 3 entrance. As we observed, a curious langur came across and discarded the bag. After inspecting it, discovering there were no food items inside, the langur promptly dropped it, leaving the bag behind. This small incident underscores a larger issue. It's crucial to remember that our actions impact our environment. Let us all contribute to the nature conservation by ensuring our waste is properly disposed of and never left behind in sensitive environments. Once our driver returned from the checkpost, we eagerly entered the gate and began our journey into Zone 2. Over the past 18 months, I have become very familiar with these trails in Zone 2, having completed more than half a dozen safaris in this very zone. Today, however, there was a sense of uncertainty among us as we had no clear idea which route to take this afternoon. This morning, we were fortunate to witness some incredible sightings of the cubs of tigress arrowhead. Just before we left this morning, we observed the arrowhead cubs making their way through the dense jungle and up the hills. Given their location and the directions that they moved in the morning, we didn't expect them to return to this side of this reserve in the afternoon today. Nevertheless, we kept our eyes peeled, hoping for a stroke of luck. As for their mother, the injured arrowhead, we received information that she was last seen resting in the upper regions of Zone 3. She had recently been involved in some intense territorial disputes with Noori, the tigress who currently holds that territory. During our journey, we made several stops for the bird photography, capturing some wonderful footage of the Indian pitta and the red-wattled lapwing, among others. These brief pauses allowed us to appreciate the rich avian diversity of the reserve and add a new dimension to our safari experience. Afterwards, we returned to the same location where we had seen the cubs the previous evening and waited there for some long time, hoping for another glimpse of their return. Although our hopes were slim, we continued to wait, keeping our fingers crossed for a chance of encounter as we consider our next route. Meanwhile, a female Samba deer approached slowly, and we took the opportunity to observe her graceful movements through the habitat. We then drove along the border between Zone 2 and Zone 3, following upon information that arrowhead had been spotted in that area the previous evening. As a quick note on the zone boundaries here at Ranthambore, these restrictions are primarily for managing safari vehicle movements and don't apply to the wildlife at all, which roams freely across these zones. In Zone 2, canter vehicles enter through the Jogi Mahal gate, which serves as the main entrance for Zone 3. However, the entering vehicles assigned to Zone 2 turn right, while those designated for Zone 3 continues towards the Padamtala Lake. At the same time, gypsy jeeps enter Zone 2 directly from the Midway Forest checkpost and traverse the lower slopes of the Ranthambore Fort. As we journey through the Ranthambore Fort, we come across the remnants of centuries-old forts and various ancient structures, both grand and modest. These historic ruins, set against the backdrop of the majestic Ranthambore Mountains, undoubtedly enhance the scenic beauty of the landscape, adding a timeless charm to the forest. Unfortunately, we weren't lucky enough to spot any big cats in this area. The following day, we learned that tigress arrowhead had indeed been spotted there by other vehicles. We then drove up the hills of Zone 2 and paused there for a while. Along the way, we were treated to the sight of peacocks dancing gracefully and other peacock calling loudly while blocking our path. It was a truly picturesque and memorable moment. We stopped to listen for any alarm calls or signs of big cat movement, positioning ourselves on a mountainous path with a towering mountain to our right. As we gazed up the mountain, we were treated to a stunning and scenic view of a couple of sambar deer grazing contentedly and looking down at us from their elevated vantage point. Suddenly, we noticed flashes of lightning and heard the rumble of thunders as the sky grew dark, signaling an approaching heavy rainstorm. In fact, the weather shifted dramatically within just 2 or 3 minutes. Since we were already at the top of the mountain, we decided to head back immediately. However, it started raining as soon as we began our descent. We managed to get down and took shelter under a tree, hoping the rain would ease, but it only intensified. I quickly packed my cameras into my bag, but our friends didn't have proper protection for their large lenses. In a pinch, we improvised by emptying the cooler box we had used for our drinking water and securely placing the cameras and lenses inside it. As the rain continued to intensify, we all agreed it was best to head back, realizing that there was little chance of photographing wildlife or making any significant sightings unless we were exceptionally lucky. On our way back, the rain poured relentlessly, creating an unparalleled experience as we navigated the drenched trails of the Ranthambore Forest. Getting soaked from head to toe was an unexpected yet memorable part of this adventure. I don't think it is possible to replicate the experience of traveling through the narrow, steep jungle paths beneath the Ranthambore Fort, completely drenched in a torrential rain. It was a unique and unforgettable adventure. I hope you really enjoyed these views from Zone 2 in this safari. And if you really enjoyed this video, please give a like and record your opinions as comments to this video. Till I come back with another video, this is Vijay signing off. Thank you and goodbye.